welcome back. How are you today? So in this beautiful video, I wanted to touch on the subject of suicide. Now, why? You're probably thinking, wait, what happened? Why are we talking suicide today? You know, is she like going into a depressed state or something? Or, you know, has she been going through depression over the Christmas break or something? No, let's not go there. Okay, that's not what this is about, okay? For me, talking about suicide is taking that taboo off the subject. So many people, when they're going through depression and they have suicidal thoughts, and I know because I've been through it, you feel ashamed that you feel that way. You know, at the time, I remember I was surrounded by family. I was 22 to 23, 21 to 23, around that age. For 2 years, I woke up one day crying, and I couldn't stop crying for 2 years straight. I would cry throughout the day. I would cry. I would wake up crying. I would go to bed crying. Like forever. I was always crying. I can't remember a day I wasn't crying in those 2 years. And the feelings that were coming up for me at the time was I felt ashamed because I knew my parents loved me. I felt, you know, they'd brought me into the world and they've given me all these things. And yet I feel this way. That I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this world. And what happens is it becomes a subject that nobody talks about, just like death. We're not allowed to talk about death. And it's such a beautiful celebration. You know, from what I've witnessed, it is one of the most beautiful moments in our lives. You know, when we return to spirit. The beings that are waiting for us on the other side are so elated to see us, to welcome us back. It's like no joy I have ever felt in this lifetime. But going back to suicide, for all those people out there that feel lonely, that feel alone, that feel like they can't talk to anyone. We need to make this a subject that is something we can talk about. It's okay to feel that you don't want to be here anymore. It's okay to feel that way. There's a reason you're feeling that way, regardless of whether you're surrounded by family or you're all on your own in this world and you have no one around you. You have a right to feel the way you do. For some of us, it is so unbearable to believe or to feel that we are separate from spirit. Because when we are with spirit, we are so held, we are so loved, we are so supported that everything within our being aches when we feel we are apart from that beautiful energy. That is how I felt in my first depression. Everything ached. I just wanted to go home. I was talking to one of my beautiful friends recently, and she was expressing to me this feeling of grief that she was feeling inside of herself. And this grief was attached to a feeling of loneliness, of being all alone in the world. And what was happening to her was that she was sensing into the collective consciousness at the time, all these beautiful young people that no longer wanted to be here, that were contemplating committing suicide, or they had already committed suicide, and she was feeling the grief of their family for their loss. She was feeling all that pain in her system. She was saying to me, I know it's not mine. I know it's not mine, but I feel it and it's so heavy, she was saying to me. It is so heavy, the grief that I'm feeling at the moment. And she was talking to me about how high teen suicide is straight after Christmas, in this period of time. Around Christmas time, You know, there's this whole expectation that Christmas is about family, about love, about being together. But so many people don't have that, you know. And so this is the time of year that they feel the loneliest. They feel the most separate from the rest of the world. The most alone that you can feel. So this is one of the reasons that I created the very first channel once I got all that beautiful information from Your Past is a Gift. And I just thought, oh, I have to share this. I have to share this for people to know that it's not about them when they're young and they're punished. It's not about them. They didn't do anything wrong. And this whole journey is about loving ourselves again. Today I was reminded by my beautiful friend in New Zealand. She says to me, you are so loving of everyone else and you see the beauty in everyone else. She says you need to learn to love yourself the same way. So this is something that we learn to do by letting go of all the beliefs we have about ourselves, about all the things we've collected along the way that we think we are. None of it is true. None of it is who we truly are. And this loneliness, this feeling all alone comes because the biggest belief that we have is that we are separate from God, separate from Source. Life is the most precious gift that we are given. The most precious gift that we have is this life. And this life is about you. It's about you. It's always about you. You know, about 7 years ago, one of my friends committed suicide. And I went into this darkness at the time because I thought, I've been there. I've been in that darkness. I should have seen the signs. I should have known. I beat myself up for months afterwards that she should still be here. I should have known. But she never said a word. She never said that there was anything wrong or that there was a possibility even that she didn't want to be here in this world anymore. And now she's gone. So, you know, there are so many things. Sometimes if we have young ones, if we have babies, we feel we don't have a right to think these things. We don't have a right to think that we don't want to be here anymore because we just had these babies that we brought into the world. They rely on us. They depend on us to survive. We have to be here. She left behind 2 little ones, both under the age of 5 at the time. Imagine her struggle. How can you possibly tell others, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm tired of hurting. I'm done with this experience. So, you know, it always stayed in my heart that some of us, no matter how hard it is to stay, somehow find that strength to get through the next day and then the next day, and then the next day, until things change. The despair comes from us when we feel like it's never going to change. I'm stuck like this forever, and I can't stand feeling this pain any longer. Feeling this emptiness. For most of us, it's an emptiness in our heart. For some of us, it's a darkness. And it just feels like the light is never coming back. It's never going to change. That's what pushes so many over the edge. That they just don't want to be here anymore. But the truth is that life is all about change. Nothing stays permanent. Nothing is forever in this lifetime. Nothing. That is the nature of life. And if you don't believe me, just observe. Observe nature. Go out into your garden and look at the flowers. Observe them. In 2 weeks' time, they won't be there anymore. They would have withered and died. So that next season, a new batch of flowers will come. Life around us is constantly changing. Constantly. It never stays the same. So, we can begin to open ourselves up where others can feel comfortable about talking about these things. That nothing is a topic that can't be discussed. Oh, you know, when I was growing up, there were so many topics that children did not discuss. Sex was one of them. Money was one of them. Death, definitely one of them. There were so many topics that we as children weren't allowed to talk about, and that, you know, adults, our parents, didn't talk to us about. You know, when my grandma died, my abuela, I was 9 years old, and I desperately wanted to go to the funeral. I wanted to see her. I wanted to know what it looked like, what she looked like. You know, I didn't have an image, and what I was imagining was a lot worse, you know, than probably what it was. But there was that curiosity that I wanted to know, and I wasn't allowed to go. You know, we've made these things like they're unnatural things, and it's all part of life. You know, it's part of life. So the other thing that was coming up was a conversation I had recently with someone. One of the elderly ladies, I'm not sure if we call them elderly or seniors or however it is that you want to call it, that I take care of for work. And she was talking about, you know, when she passes away, that the home she's living in will be passed down to her children. And it'll be a relief for them. They can finally get on with their lives. They'll be happy. They can have everything they want with the money they get from selling this house. And I know so many people that have forced their parents out of their family home to sell the home, to get their part of the home, their share, if you like, whatever it is you want to call it, of the home. And it didn't bring them happiness. You know, sometimes it's up to us. The happiness is inside of you. It's not something that someone else can give you by being here or not being here. Yes, we enjoyed time with our loved ones. It's lovely to have my husband around. I love having him around. I love having my daughter around. I love having my mother-in-law around. All of these beautiful beings enrich my life. But they're not in charge of my happiness. They don't have any power over that. You know, when my daughter wasn't here and my dream was to become a mother, there was nothing my husband could do to take away that hole in my heart. That I yearned to have this beautiful child in my life. I yearned to be a mother more than anything else in this world. And every year that passed that we didn't have a baby made that hole in my heart bigger and bigger and bigger, because of the belief I had that I needed to have that baby to feel whole and complete, to feel loved, to feel that my love mattered. So today I put it to you. Everyone is in charge of their own happiness. You, as much as you love your children, as much as you love your partner, as much as you love your parents, you cannot know what they need in their journey for their happiness. And if that is what they are here for, what if the whole purpose of their journey here, their human experience, is to know what it is to be unhappy, to be unfulfilled, what that feels like? What if that is the whole purpose of their journey? Then let them be unhappy. Let them feel unfulfilled. Bless everything. Your job is to live your life. Live it. Tap into what it is that you are meant to be experiencing, and then experience that completely, fully, without judgment. If joy is of utmost importance to you, do everything in your power to feel that joy in every moment, and don't sway from that. For me, I feel in this lifetime, more than any of the other things, it's been peace. This yearning for peace in my soul, in my heart. The joy was there, the happiness is there. We are happy. We have everything we need. And I know that what I don't have, that I wish with all my heart I could have right now, it's up to me. It's not up to someone else to give it to me. It's up to me. Perhaps I don't have those things because they drive me every day to get up early to write the next chapter. It gets me up early to sit here and create these beautiful videos. It gets me up early with all these gorgeous ideas of courses that I want to create. If I had everything I desired in my heart, would I be bothered to do any of this? Perhaps it is what I need to drive me forward, to motivate me to keep moving in this direction. It's what I need, because when you step into that, you get to earn your own power. You step into it and you begin to realize how powerful you really are. This whole time it was up to you to create it, not for someone else to give it to you. You always had the power to create it. Always. It was always you. You didn't need to sit around and wait for someone to die. So all this money, all this inheritance will be passed down to you. This is your life. This is your life. So what are you going to do with it? Today, this is my kick in the pants to you, to get off your butt. Listen to your heart. Why do you think you have the dreams that you have? Do you think it's coincidence? Do you think it was a big cosmic joke that we were all thrown down here with all these wonderful dreams so that we could get to the end of our lives and not fulfill any of them? Think about it. Why do you have the dreams that you have? Why? Why those dreams? Why not other dreams? My dream as a child was to be an author, was to write books. That was my dream. My dream now is to build a beautiful home for my daughter, to knock down where we are because nothing here works and it's just stuff. It's just material. At the end of the day, none of it is real. It's like you've been given a piece of paper with this drawing on it and you decide, you know what? It was all right for a while I was in self-loathing and, all these old beliefs about myself. But now that I've got, I feel a bit better about myself, I can start to rub out this picture and I can start drawing a new one. One where I don't have to live in a house that makes me feel bad about myself. And at the end of the day, that house is serving you. Like everything else around you is serving you. If it makes you feel bad, then there's something in you. What is it in you that you feel isn't enough, isn't good enough, isn't worthy? Say, of a nice house. Let's use that as an example. Let's say you live in a really old house like mine and everything's falling apart and half the things in it don't work. And you have this dream, because I've seen this vision so many times. There's a dream where I'm with my family in this beautiful house. It's a 2-story house. It has 4 bedrooms. It's not huge. It's a little bit bigger than the house we're in. But guess what? Everything in this house works. And it's all white and it's all lit up. There's so many windows that look so beautiful. And when I feel I'm standing in that house, I feel so happy. And often I've thought, why do I have this vision? Why do I have this dream? If I'm not meant to pursue it, if I'm not meant to complete it, if I'm not meant to have it, what's the point? Why has my soul planted that seed? It doesn't matter what the dream is, it's up to you. If you feel it has value, it doesn't have value, it doesn't matter. But why do you have the dreams that you have? Do you ever stop to think? The dreams as in, not the dreams you have at night, those random dreams that you wake up in the morning and think, what was that? Those. I'm talking about the things that you would like to have in this lifetime. Material things. We're talking about those things because even those things are serving you. The car you drive, the house you live in, everything is serving you. And we all have dreams of the car that we'd like to have, the house we'd like to live in, the clothes we'd like to have in our wardrobe. We all have dreams of how we would like our lives to look. Those dreams are what I'm talking about. Mine are very simple. There's not much to mine, but they're still my dreams. So, this is your life. What are your dreams? Doesn't matter how old you are. can be 80, 85, 90. You still have dreams. Our dreams stop the day we die, and then we have to come into another lifetime later. This one's gone a bit long, hasn't it? All right, so I'll talk to you guys more in the next video. We'll see how we go, but let us know in the comments how you feel, how this makes you feel today. Are you feeling triggered? What's coming up for you? All right, my beautiful beings, I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.